Hi, my pickles. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. How are you today? Oh, it's another cold day on Cape Cod. It's another bathrobe podcast. Well, it's nice to have consistency, isn't it? Well, I have to tell you that my pickles have been doing a lot of introspection this winter, and I am really impressed and so appreciative at the level of intelligence and thought-provoking people that I have in my little jar. It is great to hear from you. The comments have been so, well, introspective. I mean, I guess there's no other way to look at it. Is it because we've had a long, cold winter and everybody's been locked inside and had a lot of time to think? Or is it just that we just keep getting better all together because we are in the jar together? It really feels that way. I am so honored to have you people as viewers, and you have no idea how you inspire me and save me as we go along each day. It's amazing. And as they say in the 12-step meetings, it's what you're drinking and how much you're drinking, it's what the drinking does to you. And isn't it the same for food? If you're eating suspicious items and thinking that you're able to control them or that they're not having an effect on your body for longevity and health, this is where we begin to learn the stuff, not here, but, in life we learn the stuff about ourselves. And I was just listening to a Stephanie Keto person podcast or four, and she was saying, stop comparing, stop going online and reading these either truthful or non-truthful results of what some sort of person's food plan is doing for them overnight. She said, stop doing that. You're you, you're not them, they're not you. Don't expect the same results, whether they're true or not. It's one of those competitive jealousy, envy, I must have right now sort of things. And, we log our own journeys. Some of us do it by tracking. Some of us do it by writing down. Some of us don't do that. Some of us practice keto under 20. Some of us practice lazy keto, which is, yeah, that looks like half a cup. Yeah, that looks like 4 ounces. Yeah, that looks like a tablespoon. And just kind of go along that way. Other people, they do Weight Watchers. They do Smart Points. Some still stick with PPV because it worked for them before. Some people do all different kinds. I've got the Mayo diet, the Mayo Clinic diet sent to me a lot. We've got Dr. William Davis doing the Wheat Belly Challenge. Stephanie Keto person has her version of a challenge. We've got places all over the map with different food plans. And one of my pickles was privately emailing me, and she was talking about the Deal Meal with Richard Simmons. Now, I remember those days. That was like 30 years ago. And she says she was just a kid and she was begging her mother for it. I remember it because one of my former spouses used my credit card to order it while I was out delivering newspapers in the middle of the night. Yeah, you wonder why I'm a middle of the night person, right? Which came first, the jobs overnight or me being awake in the middle of the night, and so the job suited me. So introspection is a very interesting thing, and it can have a profound effect on the rest of your journey. And we don't go out into the future. We stay where our feet are, and in my case, track my foods and know what foods work. Now, the interesting thing about being on a keto 1 meal a day plan, which I'm not every day, but I am, like today is my 4th or 5th day this week with only having 1 meal planned. Who knows? I could go to breakfast with my friend. But I'm planning for 1 meal, but I have a pretty big calorie deficit My macros are the same now, but if I add on eggs and bacon, it won't be that much jilted. But anyway, the funny thing or interesting thing that I've learned for myself with my Keto Under 20 is because I'm having a lot of the same foods every week, it's easy to see what works for me, not in the eating of the meal, but the next day. Last night I had crack slaw, and I put a tablespoon of coconut oil on that after I've heated it up, and then I had 7 asparagus, and I bought a fresh bunch, so instead of having them on the big green egg, I roasted them in the oven with some sprayed on organic coconut oil, and that was my dinner. And so today is the marker of, like, how do I feel today after having that for my meal yesterday? Do I feel like the what was in the ingredients, the veggies and the meat and the oils, is that going to carry me through to the next meal, whether or not I have breakfast? And I think the answer is probably yes. So by having a keto food plan for me, my options get smaller by choice. It's easier to have the same 10 to 12 different meals that I cook on a regular basis. So it's not like I'm having the same thing each week. It's like the same thing every couple of weeks. Tonight are wingettes, and they've been marinating since Monday. So for 3 days they've been marinating in coconut aminos, olive oil, garlic salt, and ground ginger. And that will be our meal. And Greg will dip his in blue cheese dressing, and I will not. And we're also having the roasted kale, kind of kale chips. I'm having the hearty organic version of the kale, and he's having the baby kale leaves that he likes better. So on the tray, there is a dividing line of what we're having. I'm also having 6 fresh asparagus because that was in the bunch from yesterday. And we're both having a half a cup of cauliflower crumbles that was cooked on the big green egg. So it's going to be a very good veggie day, a very good high quality meat day. And if I go out with my friend, I will have organic eggs and heritage pork, organic grass-fed raised bacon from the local place. But if not, I will have just that one meal at the end of the day. But you know what? Like I said the other day, or like I said earlier in this podcast, it's not what you eat, it's what it does for you and how you feel afterwards. If I'm satiated, then I'm calm. Then my addict just kind of like goes away. Go take a nap, go do something. And I stay out of the trouble part, the part in my head, oh my goodness, I've never sneezed while doing a podcast, excuse me. And so I am able to do other things and I'm not distracted by that hunger thing, once an addict, always an addict. So I have to be careful of not letting myself get in that zone of jonesing or craving something. So I think my second bulletproof coffee and my fatty tea and my Poland Springs, I usually have 2 Poland Springs a day, or I am now, I should say, carry me over. But I'm so appreciative of the introspection of the people. And if you only listen to my podcast and go on with your day, you might want to read some of the comments, because some of them are absolutely brilliant and show so much wisdom that, like, I don't get my wisdom, delivered from Amazon. I get my wisdom from my own experiences, but also from reading about other people that have their own wisdom. And so I adopt and adapt a lot of what they say into that's why you watch here and other podcasts, right? So we can learn to do just a better day of it, whatever it is. And just an interesting side note, and then I'll close, is that Stephanie Keto Person was talking about people that write her and want to know if they can have this, can they have that, and they say that they're keto adapted, and she says, how do you know? And they say, I just know. And she says, well, with what you're eating, you might not be. And, do you have a glucometer or something like that? And then she said, oh, by the way, how's your sleep? And the person comments, oh, it's really lousy. And she said, so fix it. She's very matter-of-fact, straightforward. So anyway, it's very interesting. So if your sleep is messed up, try to get a grip on that as well, because most of the digestion and the good stuff that happens from what you eat happens when you sleep, and things get restored and recharged. I love that, and recalibrated. So, my pickles, have a wonderful introspective day. If you are in with the cold, again, like I am, I haven't walked for a week. Oh, I miss my podcast because that's when that happens. But I will see you the next time. Thank you so much. I love your comments. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.